Hello, world. It is Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Looking out the window, it defines it's another overcast day, and I think it's as warm as it's going to be all day today. It was 35 degrees when I went running this morning, and I think that's the warmest it's going to get. Got some cooler weather coming the next couple of days, but a polar vortex is on its way, and I think it really hits us Saturday night into Sunday. So the beginning of next week is going to be extremely cold. Lows in the single digits and highs in the low double digits. So cold one. Be careful. The devotion for today is entitled Diving Deep by Donna Shaper, and Donna bases it on an adaptation of Psalm 121, verse 4. God who watches over you will neither slumber nor sleep. And then Donna writes, T.S. Eliot wrote that we are distracted from distraction by distraction. We daily lose whatever focus we had. We attend the small matters, not the larger ones. Missing cell phone, lost keys again. We love the idea of a God who neither slumbers nor sleeps, and rarely slumber or sleep ourselves. It is God's job to tend eternity and ours to swim in it for our short term of consciousness. Why do God's job? Plus, your cell phone is in your purse and your keys are in your pocket. Baptism comes to mind. Perhaps you are baptized by a sprinkle, not in a pool or river, but it all represents the deep water of life and the reminder that you belong to God. Tutored by my own distractions, I have realized that it takes a whole deep life to become a Christian. Knowing I'm baptized means I was marked for Jesus. Sometimes we receive that watermark and then forget to keep getting hosed down, washed from distractions, reminded of our belonging, reminded of God's job and ours. We receive baptism's mark and neglect to drink from the deep waters day after day for a godly, spirited, Jesus-led life. If you hesitate or forget to remember your own baptism, there's no better time to plant a tree than yesterday. The God who neither slumbers nor sleeps is waiting to focus you. Dive deep into the waters. As you arise, you will be able to float and focus there. And Donna's prayer. Save us from the daily distractions, O God, for the deep waters of a baptized life. Amen. Well, a couple things that this devotion made me think of is, first, a conversation I had yesterday as a panelist on at Defiance College for their jacket days with Dr. Hassan, who is Muslim. And we talked about how we integrate faith into our work life and that sort of thing. And one of my responses was it's somewhat about mindfulness, about monitoring who you are and how you are in the world and how you're reacting. If you're reacting negatively or aggressively to something that's happening, to some stimuli, to stop and ask, why am I reacting in this way? And we talked about, I talked about indigenous faith traditions. Really always intrigued me in seminary because typically indigenous folks, their faith is integral to their life. It's not separate. We're in the Western world. We have our faith life and we have our work life. Um, and sometimes they're in conflict with each other and we don't seem to care about that. Or they're just separate and we don't consider our faith in our daily life. Where indigenous faith traditions typically have it integrated into everything that they do. It's not something that they consciously do, but it's just something that they are and live. But I think in the Western world, it takes practice to do that. It takes time or attention to think about it, to think about reactions, to think about situations that you're involved in and how your faith would inform decisions you might make or responses you might have. Um, and maybe like practices at the end of the day, going back and reflecting on the day and looking for ways that you responded in accordance with your faith tradition or beliefs or core values, and ways that you didn't, and then thinking about ways that you can change that in the future. Um, it can easily be, like Donna kind of alludes to, it can be so easy to be distracted and to lose that focus. And it takes intentionality. Dr. San talked about just letting everything be a prayer. I'm putting words in his mouth, but that's what I heard him saying, is focusing on every situation as a moment of prayer. But I think it takes some intentionality, and it eventually becomes part of who you are. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Yours may be different, because that's what devotions do. They affect us different ways. We read things as we are, and that's how things impact us. So anyway, I hope you have a good day. Hope you can enjoy some of this warmer weather until before the polar vortex hits later this week. Take care, and hope to talk to you soon.